Wonderful. Welcome to your first video for week 4 of your home learning. Now you should have already done tasks on Monday and Tuesday. This is the video to help you with your task for Wednesday. So far we've been thinking about measuring length, and we've been looking at centimetres and metres and millimetres and kilometres. Today we're going to be thinking about measuring something a bit different. We're going to be looking at measuring mass, which is the weight of an object, and capacity. So thinking about mass, first of all, we measure mass when we want to know how much something weighs. So for example, if you go to the shops and buy a packet of rice, it should tell you on the packet the mass of the object. So here you can see this is a 500-gram packet of rice. That's its mass, that's how much it weighs. You can measure mass in grams and kilograms. We're also going to be thinking about measuring capacity. Now, capacity is usually used when we're talking about liquids and containers, and capacity tells us how much liquid or how much volume that container can hold. So we might talk about the capacity of a bottle, or of a jug, or a bucket, or a tube. So for example, I've got a tube of hand cream here, and I can see that it tells me that this tube can hold 75 millilitres of cream. So we can measure capacity in millilitres, which is a smaller unit when we're measuring a small container, or we can go into litres if we're measuring something a bit bigger, maybe a bigger bottle of drink or a bucket of something. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the units of measurement to measure mass, something's weight, how much mass it has, and the capacity of containers, how much liquid or how much volume they can hold inside them. So I'm going to show you now how we can convert between those different units of measurement using those place value skills that we've been using before, and then you guys can use those skills to solve problems later in the week. Good luck. We are looking at units of measurement again today and thinking about how we can convert them. So let's have a look first at the units of measurement that we use to measure mass, how heavy something is. So you can see here that 1,000 grams is equal to 1 kilogram. Now we've seen this word kilo before when we've talked about meters and kilometers. I'm going to write it up here for you. So there are 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer, and there's 1,000 grams in a kilogram. So if I've got 2,000 grams, that means I have got 2 kilograms. If I have got 3,000 grams, how many kilograms have I got? That's right, 3 kilograms. What about if I have 500 grams? I want you to pause the video and take a second to have a think. If I've got 500 grams, how many kilograms do I have? So I know that 500 grams is half of 1,000. So if I've only got 500 grams, that means I have got half of a kilogram. We could show that as a fraction, 1/2, or we can write it as the decimal equivalent. We know that when we write 1/2 as a decimal, it is 0.5. So that means I've got half a kilogram. So 1,000 grams is 1 kilogram. 500 grams is half a kilogram, 0.5 of a kilogram. Let's look at some capacity measurements now. So 1 litre is equal to 1,000 millilitres. It's a bit like when we looked at a metre. There are 1,000 millimetres in 1 metre. There are 1,000 millilitres in 1 litre. Now here it's asking us to convert, but it's given us a decimal of a litre. Now I want us to think about what those decimals are and use our knowledge of fractions to see if we can work out how many millilitres we have. So it asks us to find 0.1 litres. Now I know that 0.1 is the same as 1/10. So I need to find a tenth of a litre. That means I need to find a tenth of 1,000. So that means I'm going to have to divide by 10. Pause the video, use your knowledge of place value. What will 1000 divided by 10 be? So if you said the answer would be 100, you are absolutely right. 1/10 of a litre, that means we need to divide it by 10, would give us 100 millilitres. So if we know that 1/10 of a litre is 100 millilitres, we now need to find out 0.01, that's 1/100th of a litre. So this time we're finding 100th. That means we need to divide by 100. So use your place value skills again and see if you can work out what 1000 divided by 100 is going to be. So 1000 divided by 100 gives us 10 millilitres. Okay, now finally we're asked to find 0.5 litres. Now 0.5 is the equivalent of 1/2. So it's asking us to find half of 1000. So you could use an if I know fact to tell me what half of 1000 is going to be. So half of 1000 is going to be 500 millilitres. Let's see if we can use the same skills to convert meters and kilometers. So like I said before, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. So it's first asking us to find 0.1 kilometers. That means it's asking us to find 1/10, and then it's asking us to find 0.01. That means it's asking us to find 100th. So for the first one, we need to divide our 1000 by 10. For the second one, we need to divide our 1000 by 100. Pause the video, use your place value knowledge to see if you can find me the answers. So 1000 divided by 10 to find me my 10th is going to get us to 100 meters. To find 100th, to find 0.01 of a kilometer, we need to divide by 100, and that gets us to 10 meters. Okay, so if we know that a 10th is 100, 100th is 10, we can use those facts to help us solve the next two questions. So 0.02 kilometers is asking us to find 200ths. So if we know that 100th is 10, 200ths is going to be 2 of those. So that's going to give me 20 meters. 0.05 is asking us to find 500ths. What do you think 500ths is going to be? 100th is 10, 200ths is 20, 500ths is going to be 50. So we can use our knowledge of fractions and decimals to help us work out fractions of the larger unit of measure. So on the next slide, this is an activity that you're going to be having a go at, one similar to this today. You need to order measurements and put them from smallest to largest. So we've got 100 grams, half of 1 kilogram, 0.4 kilograms, and double 150 grams. Now we can't order them at the moment because they're all in different units. Some are grams, some are kilograms. So firstly, we need to put them into the same unit of measurement. I'm going to put them all into grams. So we start with 100 grams. That's already in grams. I don't need to change that. The next one is half of 1 kilogram. Now I remember that 1 kilogram is 1000 grams. So half of a kilogram is half of 1000, and that's going to be 500 grams. Okay, so next we need to find 0.4 kilograms. So 0.4 is the same as 4/10. So I need to find 4/10 of 1000 grams. So to find a tenth, we divide it by 10. That's going to give me 100. So 1/10 is the same as 100 grams. So that means that 4/10 is going to be 400 grams. And lastly, it asked me to find double 150 grams. And I know that double 150 is 300 grams. So all that remains is for me to put them in order from smallest to largest. So I can see the largest is going to be 500 grams. And then it goes down to 400 grams. And then it's 300. And finally, 100. So a key thing is to make sure they're all in the same unit of measurement before you put them in order.